Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 3:30 a.m. Yeah, I was busy today. I didn't have time to record an episode in the afternoon, but that's okay. Starting this episode off, welcome back to another exciting episode of I'm having audio troubles. Yeah, you know. I'll give you the whole spiel here. I moved my microphone when I was talking to some friends on Discord, and it unplugged the microphone, and that messed up my Discord settings. And so I was trying to get those back to normal, and in trying to get those back to normal, I messed up the gain settings on my microphone a bunch. So, you know, audio troubles, am I right? I I finished stream, so everything should be okay levels wise. However, I lowered the game audio just a little bit because I lowered the audio of Phoenix Wright, which I was playing, a little bit as well. And so I just lowered the game audio. I figure it's better to be on the side of make the game a little too quiet. If the game's too quiet, you can let me know and I'll turn it up for the next episode. But just so you're aware. We went like a whole month without audio technical difficulties though. So, you know, we almost made it. Anyway, I'm gonna ask you a question. We're gonna get started. I already kind of asked you this question and then pivoted the question, but I want to talk about seafood one of these days. Someone gave me a good idea for seafood, but I like in the comments of that video. But you know, I got a little what's the word? Distracted, I guess, in the last time we talked about it. So I want to talk about seafood. What's your favorite seafood? I want to hear if you like shellfish. Shellfish? Not really shellfish. I guess shellfish. I don't really care if you like lobster or crab. A lot of people like lobster or crab. What I really want to hear is, do you like oysters or scallops? Because that's one of those foods, especially like when people take the shell of the oyster and just slurp that shit down. That is truly beyond me. I mean, I've never tried it, so obviously I should not be knocking it, but like, I don't think I could ever eat an oyster like that myself. I think my favorite seafood right now is tilapia. I haven't eaten the Parmesan encrusted tilapia. Really strong, very, very easy food to eat. Pop it in the oven for 18 minutes, put some rice on to boil. 20 minutes later, boom. That's a meal, baby. Yeah, I think I'll do that tomorrow, actually. Anyway, let's roll, shall we? I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, let's go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. I remember there was a time when I was starting out where I felt real awkward saying that stuff. Like, I would say it at the end, but I felt bad about saying it at the start of the video. How the times have changed. It makes a difference, it really does. I saw a market increase in people remembering to say things in videos. But the comment questions have also helped a lot with that. Anyway, analytics talk is for another day. Double-barreled Daedalus, Darkness Arcus, Chase Seraph, Mind Clouds, Bounding Echoes, Caven. We are Exile Umbra today with Wurmkin. Yeah, I like a little worn grindstone starter for my Primordium. This seems pretty good. Is it good enough to go Stalwart Snack? I'm down to try it here. We have Wurmkin as our secondary, so we have access to a lot of very good buff cards. And I don't know, I kind of want to play it instead of the other one. The +5 means that it's a difference of 40 and 45 instead of a difference of 15 and 30 at the start of the game here. Because obviously, as you get more base stats on Stalwart Snack, you start to overtake the other two paths in stats. Looks like you have to be at 10 on Stalwart Snack attack or health to overtake the other one at level 1. But obviously the other problem with this is it's buffet 5 instead of buffet 3, so it takes more time to get there. However, I'm down to play this buffet strategy. Now, are we strong enough to click this relic? I actually think, yeah, Echo Break and Blink are both pretty good. Ho, buddy. Mark of a Champion? That's a huge payout. Mark of a Champion will stack with Grindstone, so this is going to make him do 12s. Yeah. Wing technology being missed here is fine. I have no morsel cards in my starter, and I don't really want to play morsel strategies with Wurmkin as my secondary. Click the unit draft. This is a lot, but I think we're strong. So what do we want to find on this run? Well, the obvious high roll here is Glareminder. Maybe not so obvious, because when's that unit ever good? Here, as it turns out. Thanks, Blink. Good job. Glareminder, pairing any sweep unit with Primordium here is going to wrap this run up with a nice little bow. Barring that unit... Wow, great work, Blink. Again, but like unironically. Barring a Glareminder sort of pickup, though, what are we looking for? I don't know, man. It can be anything. An egg would be kind of cool, I suppose. Yeah, an egg would be kind of cool, I suppose. Maybe we'll find an egg. Lock it in. Final answer. I want to play an egg. Specifically, Bogfly would be the most interesting, but Kinhost Carapace would be fine as well. Not Kinhost Carapace. Do not utter his name. The other one. It's not called Kinhost Pupa. That's what pops out of it. What is it called? Also, great turn for Cave in here. Drop these guys in behind. Very nice. What is it? It's Kinhost Vessel? I think it's Kinhost Vessel. Anyway, let's see what we see here. I like Prismal Dust. We don't have defense with this Primordium idea, so a little Prismal Dust action makes a lot of sense. Echo Transfer? Yeah, I was just looking for any good Wurmkin spell. These are bad. I'll play Crucible Warden because he's the most defense. I mean, you could play First of Kin, I guess, as well, actually. 55 HP, but he's 3 energy. Does that really matter, though? Not particularly. I think I'd rather play Crucible Warden. There's a chance that I just play Crucible Warden all the way. I don't think there's a chance I play First of Kin all the way. We're gonna find a cool egg here. But Crucible Warden's a good backup idea. There's a multi-strike plus 25. Bog Chrysalis. Okay, that's what we're doing today. That seems pretty cut and dry. Multi-strike plus 25 on the old egg. You could maybe go without the plus 25, but that is a little scary for me. I'm no expert. I think we just do this. And then I kind of want to play, and I think I will play... Oh, you know what? I didn't need to do the plus 25. I could have done Crucible Warden Infusion on the Bog Chrysalis. That would be enough survivability we could look for Quick. Ah, look at that. That would be a little bit better. I think this is also okay, but the Quick idea is a lot better. Let me look at the logbook, actually. It's been a while since I've done a review like this. Let's take a quick look. Where are we today? We're Umbra. Show me units, please. Okay, so I'm never... I mean, maybe I could infuse Shadow Siege. Shadow Siege I could infuse Overgorger as well, but barring rares, Morsel Maid. On the Wurmkin front... I think these are all bad. Keeper of Echoes could be a cool one. I'll wait. I think the game could show me something else. But the Crucible Warden Infusion, I think it would have been enough. It's kind of cutting it close, though, to be honest with you, but I think it would have been enough for survival option. It's cutting it close on Chase Seraph. I could see the egg getting sniped on Chase Seraph. That's all. That's the only thing to really be worried about. The other thing to be worried about, I guess, is we don't want to hatch the egg too quickly. Every turn that I don't have to hatch the egg, I get double effectiveness out of Primordium. So, we want to keep our eyes peeled for that. I want to be able to hatch it at a moment's notice, though. But it is just going to do 25 times 2 here, so 29 times 2, actually. So really, play Blink. Okay, blink. I see. Maybe I just hatch this bad boy right now. I think I do hatch this thing right now. Does it eat first or does it hatch first? Eats first. That's really good, actually. Very favorable for us. I should keep my eyes peeled for an intrinsic for the echo transfer as well. Good to remember. Do a little cave-in action here as well. Would I go superfood on this run? That's the real question you want to think about. Not really sure. Oh. And Umbra Assault's purple here. It's okay. Perils is alright. Lifesteal. Lifesteal is less good because Lifesteal won't pass on from Bog Chrysalis. Could click Perils. I've been clicking him more lately. Yeah, I'll click Perils. It's fine. These aren't what I want. What I want here is... I wanted Echo Infusion. No Echo Infusion is a shame. Shelter. Shelter is okay. I think you click it. It's not ideal because you have to give up 5 echoes before your thing hatches, your egg, and you don't really want to give up those echoes for the purposes of shelter. And you don't want to do them quickly either because you want to double down on your eats from Primordium. So shelter kind of is counterintuitive in those regards. Bogfly, on the other hand, nah. I'll click shelter. I feel like it's wrong to not click shelter there. Shadow Eater, if he got... It changed Shadow Eater a little bit and I wouldn't mind it. Kidno's Carapace gives 20/20 on the Bogflies themselves, but I think that's not much better than Crucible Warden's 10/10 damage shield 5, to be honest with you. I don't think this is a better infusion. If we were playing Endless, sure, but we're not, so we won't. Allied Construct's also here, just for your information. So I have no unit to grab anything from, or no unit to grab an upgrade for, so we should go right. Firestone Housing. Hey, now I can get quick. Cool. Never punished. Game's bullshit. Sip with caution. It's a good thing I checked the relic first. Of course, why wouldn't you? But remember I went through that really short period of time where I wanted to finish stamping all the cards? That was a weird time, wasn't it? I'm not going to play it in the Bone Rattler. Give a +10 to Crucible Warden here for free. You could take the Healy, but I don't really respect it. You have to pass one of your turns to heal 15. That doesn't seem very good. Temple here, Magic Shop. No Steel Shop for quite a while. I'll do the infusion after Daedalus. Sorry, lots of yawns. I should have at least looked at the temple, although Intrinsic isn't necessarily worth putting onto Echo Transfer today. Not necessarily. Yeah, this works out. You go Bounding Echoes, Crucible Warden goes here, Primordium goes top floor, and then you ping the bottom. That works. I posed a question earlier in this very episode and then just said I don't know and moved on, but that really is the answer. The question was, do I take superfood on this run? And the answer truly is I don't know. I am willing to answer that question with a little more thought once I see superfood. Oh wow, good job, Link. Once the game drops a superfood in my lap, I will give that question a bit more thought. Until then, I don't really feel like it's worth it to dedicate my limited brain power, as we're all well aware. I'm not that tired, but I am a little tired. I went to the gym later than normal today. We went at like 8 instead of 5 because of meetings and such. So I'm still pretty tired from that. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go ahead and hatch this bad boy now. Wow, Blink. Blink is actually on a roll. I guess I don't have to hatch it right now. Alright, Blink, I just said you were on a roll. You didn't have to spit on me so quickly. Like, right now, 62 times 2 is enough. I don't need to worry about hatching. Now we hatch him and we get a pair of monsters. We get... What are they? 122 times 2, 61. That's great. Later on, that becomes terrible. But that's great right now. Absolutely plenty. You throw in a quick and this actually might be enough just in itself. Or a trample. That's the other one. Trample. Okay. Shroud Spike, you can't Shroud Spike Primordium. Eternal Kinstone is okay. It's more about hatching at the right timing, but I like Eternal Kinstone. One thing I can definitely feel with this egg is we don't want to go all the way on Stalwart Snack, so I'm going to take Aggressive Edible or Superfood, actually. Most likely, yeah. Do I want Kinstone? Yeah, I think I'll take Kinstone. But for what, though? Great question. Yeah, I don't really feel like I need it now that I think about it more. I'm not in a position where this makes a whole lot of sense now that I've really given it some thought. Heart Soul Carver? That infusion doesn't seem very good here. Just draw energy on this run. Yeah, for sure. Alright. I think this is alright. Right path is pretty tempting here. You get removal, you get duplicate. What would I duplicate? Let's take a second to think about that. I would duplicate Echo Transfer. I would remove 2 Train Stewards. We get pretty powerful off of that. On the left side, we have potentially Holdover Echo Transfer. Hard to play. But I guess you could hold over Spell Chain Perils is an idea. Take double draw. I think I go left here. I don't care that much about the duplicate. I think I go left and grab these, and then I go right and I take the removals on the right, and we get to peep the trinket shop. Because if we go right here, we have to go left here, so we're getting the same number of removals either way. Path confirmed. Lock it in. If I see holdover, we can talk more about holdover here. Could just buy double stack for shelter or prismal dust. Got a value stone for me here, maybe? Magic power, magic power. Let's do Crucible Ward and Infusion on Bog Chrysalis here. This feels pretty inevitable. And I don't want to wait much longer for it. Because if I don't do it now, I think I have to wait 1 ring, 2 rings. We don't get it until after Arcus, so makes sense to go for that now. It is Superfood. I'm down to play Superfood here. I think it makes more sense because the Buffet 8 is going to get a lot of its stats split. I'm going to take Superfood 8, or Superfood 2 here, I mean. Superfood 2 with 8 attack. He's going to do okay. Now, double stacking Prismal Dust got a little more attractive here. However, I do want to reroll for Holdover. Holdover Perils is now an idea for my Primordium. So this puts me at 200, this puts me at 175, this puts me at 115. I have enough to buy double stack -1 and a 4-day holdover for Perils, so let's do it. Double stack Prismal Dust. I'm gonna grab the -1 now instead of waiting for Value Stone, since there's not much chance. Cool. Yeah, we'll hold over Perils. We'll pass on some rage to our boys, and then they'll lose their rage, but that's fine. That is okay with me. Anything else? +10 piercing, +30? We used like the great effect in the last run, but that doesn't mean it's going to be good here. I'm not playing Incants and I don't need Blink. Invasion Trial should be free money. It's not the haste combat, so there's nothing really to be worried about with Invasion here. So we want to make sure we don't put Primordium down first anymore. In any circumstance. It's impossible for me to kill this Absolver with Blink, so I won't bother. I guess I could have saved myself the woes of 1 Ember Drain here with the Morsels. Bit of a misplay alert. You're right. My bad. Make use of that damage shield, which is nice to have. Good old-fashioned collector. Everything's going about right. I think we need one more boon before this goes 100% our way, but everything's feeling about right. I'm gonna take a bit of damage here. I should have hatched this. I should have planned to hatch this sooner. We are now a little more incentivized to hatch our egg as well, since it isn't gonna keep the rage that gets passed on to it. Putting down 4 armor though, armor gets passed on, so it's worth it. And I took 4 there because of my lack of foresight. Foresight. Man, I'm good. Yeah, just give me the Prismal Dust Shield. That'll be plenty. I don't need to think a whole lot about how I'm going to win this combat. This combat's already won. When you get right down to it. There was always a chance that killed the Cliff Guardian. You gotta take it. I think that there's a little bit of room for concern in the remainder of the run without a Trample Stone or something of the ilk, but I'm sure we'll just hit. Yeah, look at that one. And these combats don't matter, so it's mostly just going to be about what we do once we start to figure out what does matter on this run. We have a very strong start here, though. Shouldn't have taken that 4, but what can you do? Oh, look, Void Binding here for sure. I'm on that Ember Drain life. Am I willing to begin to consider admitting that I was wrong about Perils of Production? Nah, I mean, I wasn't really, but it's definitely better than I was giving it credit for. As long as you hit holdover, it's very good. That is, of course, the crux of my issue with it, but still. Forever Flame's fine. I think it's better than Hell's Banners here. Neither of these are particularly exciting, but I don't think I want the money. Yeah, I'll take Forever Flame. Should check the trinket shop first there, I feel. Oh, Teeth of Gold. Oh, ho, ho. Owie. I don't know if I'll be... I can reroll this, actually. Yeah, I can reroll it, and if there's something spectacular, I can skip the middle. But there is something spectacular, but I can just afford it. It's Wingsteel. Puts our potential draw on this run to 8, because Wingsteel will draw me a card consistently. And I am taking the Relic in the middle as well. Light's Gift. Pretty good. I mean, it just removes my need to defend top 4. Does it remove it entirely? I have to keep Primordium alive, but for the most part, yeah, actually. I'll take it. White Skiff makes a lot of sense. Pretty good ring. A lot of relics that seem pretty solid there. I want to take this trial. Is this trial scary? Nah, I don't think so. It's Spikes 4. I always play cautiously around Spikes 4, but if this were Harvesters of Death, I would have told you no in a heartbeat. But it isn't Harvesters of Death, so I will not tell you no in a heartbeat. I'm also not going to send this Void Binding before I draw into my Perils. I feel like that could be a disaster. Yeah, I'd like to make another Perils, ideally. Or just spell chain it, I guess. Really can't play this Echo Transfer? That's ridiculous. That's very surprising as well. Prismal Dust for 4 damage shield. That seems okay. I have to hatch this Bog Chrysalis ASAP if we do that, but I think that seems okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't need to hatch him ASAP. I guess it's mostly just that damage shield protects Primordium from dying as well. But I would like to make use of the damage shield that I would be getting here. So we'll go ahead and hatch these boys. Pop them on out. Nah, just feed some 10 armor there for fun. Also popping them out now should let me not take any damage to this wave. Yeah, okay. I took Ancient Resonance, by the way. I meant to say something about that other than just clicking on it, but Ancient Resonance is good in this deck. Ancient Resonance is good in almost every deck. The card's just good. I like Ancient Resonance. I think it has a strong and healthy future ahead of it. Shouldn't hold these Bounding Echoes forever also. Definitely throw those out when it's more pertinent. I want to put one on perils primarily. Other than that, though, you don't need to wait around. Yeah. Again, I can min-max this combat all I want, but it doesn't change the prognosis of this run. We are chilling. I think we're chilling for a while, too. I don't think we really run into any trouble until Chase Seraph, and by then, hopefully, we see a Trample Stone. This Decayed Decoy does nothing, and I'm not clicking Reap on this run. I'll take 25 gold. Bravo Eruption, Cannibalize. Could click Eruption. I don't think it's that good, but you could click it if you wanted it. If you have some desire to pick that card, you could grab it there. I don't. Yeah, you know I'm clicking Return Soul here. You already know your boy's clicking Return Soul here. No Steel Shops. I want to go duplicate my perils, though. I think it makes sense as well. Yeah, I'll go left. Not much I need to see at the magic shop, so we could just grab another perils. Alternatively, we could grab another Prismal Dust, but second perils gives me 6 energy every turn, which is a lot for X cost cards to cash in on, and we have Prismal Dust to cash in on it. And Mind Collapse to a lesser extent. Primarily Prismal Dust. Yeah, I clicked everything. Let's go. Take a quick sip of water if you don't mind. By quick sip, I mean I finished my water. Oh, this is Darkness. I got this guy confused with Shadow. My bad. I mean, this just changes my game plan entirely. I was considering if we were going to play bottom floor or not. The answer is now, or not. Absolutely. Void Binding is a lot of rage if I drop it now, but I do have to play perils, or you know what? I'm going to drop this now. And send it out there. He's going to lose all of the rage, but the idea is that we gain a lot of value from this rage being here. I did drop perils, but at what cost, etc. Oh, etc. Fuck you, Looming Dark Shard, piece of shit. I have to hold this perils over. I want to play Bounding Echoes first. I have to hold this perils over, there's no doubt. Now, it does sadden me that this Prismal Dust is worse, but it's not that bad. I think I Echo Transfer Primordium here, truly. What a shame, what they've done to my Prismal Dust. I don't mind Ancient Resonance and Cave-In becoming unplayable, though. Okay. I just want to hatch this egg now, because I'm losing a lot of value, because Rage is bouncing off of it presently. So we go ahead and we pop this bad boy out. You don't get to keep the green status effects when the egg hatches. If you did, oh god. Sadly, you do not. So, you want to hatch them once you get some green status effects rolling. And ideally, on this run, we will see... Where is it? Where's my... Oh, I played my Prismal Dust. That explains why I can't find it. Yeah. Ideally, we'll see Trample Stone or Multi-Strike out of this fight. But if we don't, I think we're still fine. I feel fine anyway. These Bogpies instill a decent amount of confidence in me. Not the most confidence, but a pretty good amount. Another one of those situations though where I feel like I'm playing cards I don't need to play. I shouldn't obviously just end turn all the way to the end here, but we're pretty well off. Like, there's no reason for me to play Echo Break, Mind Collapse there. Those cards don't do anything. Light's Gift dazes the enemy, so I don't even need to play it from the perspective of being worried about backliners. I can just end my turn. Let Arcus rage against the machine here for a little bit. Void Binding. We'll throw an Echo Transfer down as well. Why not? Two of them even. Very scandalous. I do need to take a second and check my pack shard count. I think I will be fine. I mean, I'm confident I'll be fine, I should say. Rather confident I'll be fine. but I should make sure. Yeah, not really a close fight. Let's start trying to streamline fights like that one where it's the outcome is already determined. Furnace tap here makes a lot of sense. It will take a second draw. We have a temple here and we have a divine horde here, so I'm at 80. To reach an even 100, I have to take 10 and 10. Hard to do. Go take a look at the steel shop first and foremost here. Quick. I don't know if quick is that good at this point, which is very strange. I'm gonna go Extreme Stone Mind Collapse, and I'm gonna go Plus 10 Piercing Ancient Resonance, if you don't mind on both of these. Both seem pretty good to me. Then we'll go to 105 on this run, and that's not really a problem. Superfood 2 comes in with 2 damage shield. Gives you a little extra time to get yourself started. I think I am happy to go Stalwart Snack 2 here. Crazy, I know, but I mean, just Furnace Tap. The end. I'm putting myself in a position where I will have my Primordium die, though. It's definitely wrong. I should play Superfood 2. But it's less exciting. I'm gonna click Superfood 2. It's less exciting, but I've done it. Grab the quick, put that on Bog Chrysalis. I think it's fine. It's not as important now because of Light's Gift, but, you know, I think it's fine still. Maybe I should reroll here instead. Or maybe I should have rerolled here instead, is what I should say there. Shelter does nothing on this run. I really don't see this card doing much. And you know what? I'll save the rest of my money. Not gonna reroll that shop. You'll have to play the seed if you want to know what was in it. I'm at 90, and it's 105 here. Magic shop. Alright, I'm all set. This fight will be a good moment of truth fight for you. Also hate that it's purifiers, but it's alright. Mark of Invasion shouldn't cause us any trouble because of the Light's Gift and the Quick together. I just have to play top 4, but playing top 4 on this deck doesn't feel that bad to me. I'm doing this mostly just out of defiance, to be honest. This was putting Primordium down first. That was an act of defiance. Absolutely. Alright, Peril's right on time. Don't take a million curse damage. I'll play an Echo Transfer here. I should probably focus on hatching this egg very quickly. Yeah, I should not play Echo Transfer. I'll take a lot of damage if I do that, I expect. I should focus on hatching this egg. As much fun as it would be, I need to focus up on hatching. And I think I should, I'll take one hit, it looks like. But with a little Extreme Stone, not quite. If I didn't play those curses, I think it's only +6. I'm off by just a touch. Either way, I'm gonna Mind Collapse Extreme Stone, but first I need to Plink. And now our egg hatches. It's gonna be a 71 times 5 on both of those guys. Not quite, because they lost their rage, of course. Actually, not quite enough. I tried to right-click that back, but it did not come back to me. Alas. You do hate to see it. Mind Collapse, Return Soul, Mind Collapse again, but this one? Yeah, I'm playing Return Soul here. I guess it's just Ancient Resonance actually with Piercing. That'll kill too. That's fine. I mean, this is where the run starts to hit that questionable part where I go, I don't know if this really does enough damage. This is a hard fight to push enough damage on, though, to be fair. And we're pushing an acceptable amount of damage, I would say. A reasonable amount of damage. 142. Hey, wait, did they not they didn't hatch that multi-strike down. That doesn't work that way. Ah, it's a yellow effect. Of course. That is strange. actually. That's not how I would expect that to work at all. Huh. Is it really always like that? Is it like that for... Is it like that for trample? Huh. I was very wrong about all of this. That doesn't surprise me all that much, to be honest with you. Okay, something I just noticed and should make sure I remember for the future, just in case it matters. If you play Echo Transfer plus 15 attack on a floor with 2 bog flies on it, it's a net loss in damage, right? You get plus 30, but then you get minus 20. I guess it's plus 10 actually. Never mind, I'm wrong. Ignore that line of thought. I thought it was negative, and the math made sense in my head the first time, but I just redid it, and the math actually doesn't make sense to me anymore. I think I'm just wrong. I'll click another Void Binding, sure. I could click Wurmkin Spike. It's not terrible. It's such a mediocre card because it's Consume. It just goes in, does its thing one time, and then takes off. It's gonna do a pretty good... It's like 24 Reap, and it's infused, but I'm just gonna skip it. Maybe I should end up taking that. Maybe we'll live to regret that. So there's nothing at the Steel Shop for me, but the duplicate is there. I'd rather go Magic Shop, though. I want to make this card 0. Or oh no, I just want to double stack it, actually. Much more interesting. And an Echo every time a Consume spell is played. Faulty Loader makes a lot of sense to me here. Just gonna go ahead and click that. Don't really like either of those other 2 options. And Fire Increases. A double stack -1 Furnace Tap here. That's pretty good, yeah. Ember Drain's not really a question mark. It can be, with a bad draw order, but I'll just draw well. I don't want to remove my purple cards. I want to move out cards like Cave In. I've used Cave In for more score on this run, and that's it. Yeah, I think the worst card in this deck might be the unupgraded Mind Collapse. I'll just give it a plus 20 Consume then. That card feels better than removing it. And, you know, I'll sit on the rest of this money then. I'll just get an extra upgrade slot. Maybe I won't. I can put another -1 on Furnace Tap. I don't play any morsels. I mean, it's Lightstone Casing or it's 25 gold. It's Lightstone Casing for sure. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. Paying 1 for this is good. I could also freeze Prismal Dust. Both seem solid. Yeah, I like freezing Prismal Dust here. Wait for just the right turn to strike. You do plus 20 Consume on Plinkus as well. Alright. Ooh. Oh no, I guess I could remove 1 Echo Break. I'll remove an Echo Break with the last of my money. Blink's better because it doesn't need a target. Spent all my money, over 100 pack shards. Let's get it. I don't know, when do you think the last time... I don't know if I've ever had a run with Pyrestone Housing and Lightstone Casing on it. I don't typically take both of these. I often skip them, actually. Now that you mention it. I can hatch this thing turn 1 here, which is good looking. I think it is right to just hatch it. You let the second one act as like a bit of a backline clear option. But once I hit the multi-strike, it's gonna be a little more apparent as well that this is right. Okay, missed those guys in the back. Not a big deal. Yeah, hatch the eggs right away. Was hopeful that I would reach my... Yeah, I will not. Was hopeful I would reach my Furnace Tap on that turn, but that's alright. I apply 16 damage shield here. Even with the halving that's going to come out of Seraph, that's a lot of damage shield. And we go ahead and we do our Furnace Tap. It's a shame I couldn't have gotten the second one of these, but this is fine. Also a shame that I didn't get more buffet, but we'll get plenty of attacks out of this. Ultimately, this ends up being a bit of a high roll. This is a slight look like a Superfood Primordium high roll situation here. Maybe it's a pre-relentless. I don't think it's a pre-relentless, but it's pretty strong. He did half all of my damage shield, so I guess he's actually going to cut through it all pretty quickly. Go ahead, blink. Alright, I'll admit it. I'm a bit of a believer in the holdover perils idea. It's good enough. I mean, it's nice to just... You give up 2 draw, which is another downside, but in this deck it doesn't matter because I don't care what I draw. So, doesn't really feel like I'm losing much because I have 10 starters that are just in this deck to hatch my eggs initially. I don't really need to play those spells out, do I? 1 goes to 5. The boss is where the quick's gonna matter a bit more, I imagine. Go 6 times 8, by the way. I'm gonna have 4 damage shield and you do 1600? Yeah, we're chilling. And in hindsight, I guess I should have... I don't know, I kind of like having the plus 25 on the egg. It makes me feel a lot safer. So, your decision here may vary on if you just drop that plus 25 down quickly or not. I like it as well because it's out of the way. Like, I don't have to worry about getting the last upgrade. I can just go to magic shops, and even better, I can go to trinket shops and we can get runs that look like this. Although not really because of our trinkets, to be fair. Trinkets didn't do much. And I believe, thanks to the fact that we have 8 draw per turn, I have to draw... Yeah, by turn 3 at the latest, I have to draw my multi-strike. I guess not necessarily because of perils existing, but feels pretty much like a worst case if I don't pull that multi-strike early on. Okay, sorry, you're super dead. Get off my screen. There's a few things that can go wrong here. Primordium can get sniped by sweep. We cannot draw our multi-strike in time. That's basically it. Ideally, we hatch our egg turn 1. Turn 3 should be the latest. Like, we want to be settled in on turn 3 pretty much. Perils turn 1 is a very good hit. And bounding epics. Okay, so I can hatch the egg right away. Very good. And the damage shield protects it. Almost perils my own holdover perils there. Or sorry, perils? Consumed. Return sold. Perils, yeah, I almost perils it. Fair brain. Whatever you say in there. Alright, great draw, Furnace Tap here. That's gonna be a lot of multi-strike and Echo Transfer. And another Void Binding. Okay, this is a wrap. I think that there did exist a draw order that could have caught me here, but this is not the one. We have enough damage shield for Primordium to live. We're gonna have enough strikes to kill everything. I think that's a pack it in, call it a day, we go home. Yeah. Neuter the heavy wave, the very frightening one at that. Only times 4. Only times 4. Didn't say it with enough incredulence in my voice. What are you, slacking? 168 times 6, that should be enough, right? Yeah, 168 times 6 puts me into the thought process of that's enough. And I can drop 12 damage shield here. But you should pay 1 for Void Binding. You're still getting, it's the same amount of damage shield, you just get the Rage. Is this end turn territory? It's not quite end turn territory because I'll take some damage from curses potentially being spawned, but this is end turn territory for sure. What a high roll. It was a fun one though. I feel like, you know, I'm building up a bit of a streak again. This streak feels disingenuous because I've lost every single hard run they've shown me. The game has just given me softball run after softball run. A lot of easy tosses out of Monster Train lately. I'm not complaining, but you know, hurts the morale a bit. Oh, the boss is dead, by the way. Yeah, oh yeah. 413 times 10, huh? Pretty good. So what do we take away from this run, though? Because there is an important thing to take away from this run, and is that Perils of Production is probably better than skipping the card. Is it good all the time? No, it's not good all the time. There's definitely situations where this is a dead card, but you're paying the 1 card tax in your deck to cover the angle of holdover Perils plus Furnace Tap, plus you get to take Void Bindings now, and you get to take Double Draw. And that's a lot of value. That's how I need to look at it, because before, my reasoning wasn't wrong, necessarily. Perils, if you don't hit, is a dead card. If you miss the holdover, the card is not very playable. So, you have to be careful in that regard. But I think that you pay the 1 card tax in your deck if they show it to you. Because this outcome is absurd, right? You get 7 draw, you get 3 or 6 energy per turn, or 5 if you get Spell Chain, I guess. And you get to just click Furnace Tap with no remorse. That's really good. That's really, really good. The other most interesting thing to me about this run, before I say goodnight to you, is that it did not matter what unit I put in front of my Primordium there. That was a run where the unit that was getting fed Primordium did not matter. That could have been a 1-1 to start with, and that run would have won. Assuming it was a 1-1 with the damage shield 5 infusion and it didn't just die instantly. But that's beside the point, I suppose. We've had a lot of struggles with Primordium lately, so that was nice. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.